Provider man asks, how can I make her life easier? A boy asks, what do you bring to the table? A provider man sees a woman as a gift. A boy sees her as competition. And a high value woman doesn't waste her softness trying to convince a boy to become a man. She chooses provision every single time.
Here's what y'all got to understand, man. If a woman wants wife treatment from you, she thinks you're a fool. If a woman thinks you're supposed to provide for her just because you met her, she thinks you're a fool. If a woman asks you for money and y'all just met, she thinks you're a fool. If a woman tells you that she's your financial responsibility, she thinks you're a fool. But the reality is, she's the fool. To believe that it's logical to request that a man does that for you is crazy, man. You're supposed to provide and protect your wife. And so you may say, man, well, but what if she give me all the stuff a wife's supposed to give you? Well, that's her problem. She ain't supposed to give you none of that without commitment. If a woman is willing to sleep with you without commitment, then she don't want to be no wife. She wants to sell you some loving. Any woman who is exchanging herself for anything less than a ring, she wants to create a mutually beneficial situation where you get her physicality and she gets your financiality. Money for honey. It ain't no other way to look at it. A woman may not admit it, but if a woman is saying, if I'm with you, you're supposed to give me money, then basically what she's saying is she wants you to be a trick and she want to be a working girl. And listen, ain't no problem with that. The problem in that lies in if you're that type of man, do it. But the woman want you to be faithful to her. She don't want you to just have a whole lot of women you play with. She want you to be faithful to her, not mentally or emotionally. She wants you to be faithful to her financially. And so she believes that having you faithful to her mentally and emotionally will make you faithful to her financially. She wants you to believe that if you're going to be a trick, then you can only trick on her. If you're going to break bread, you can only break bread on her. If you're going to pay to play, you can only pay to play with her. And the whole time, she's open to other suitors. So when you hear a woman talk like this, man, a boy asks, man, well, I'm just going to be a boy then. Man, I ain't got no problem being a boy. I ain't got no problem being a boy. When the Most High look at me, he look at me like his son. I'm a boy. If I can be a boy for God, I can be a boy for y'all. Call me a boy all you want to. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a boy. And I ain't talking about the big boy either. I'm talking about the little boy. Hold up, man. Hold up. Let me get my mic right. Yep, I'm talking through the wrong mic, man. Hold up. Talking through the wrong mic. Oh, my bad, dog. Hold up. I'm glad you said something, dog. I'm talking through the wrong mic, man. My bad. Let's get it right. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we talking through the mic. I'm glad somebody said something, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your MPI. Appreciate you, man. All right, so now we in the game. Now we talking like we supposed to be talking. Now y'all put a one in the chat if that sounded a little bit better to you. If that sound like we back on the one, man, y'all put a one in the chat. All right, that's the one right there. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate your MPI, man. Appreciate it. So I want y'all to understand that, man. You cannot allow these people to tell you that you can't expect a woman to contribute to the process of your progress. You done built their whole life, man. You done did everything you supposed to do, built their whole life, and you just finna give it over to some broad man who done been ran through and been touched up and all that by somebody else. Listen, I tell you like this. If she's getting money out of everybody, how come she's still broke? If you done been with all these men and you getting so much money, why are you broke? Why are you struggling if you've been getting money out of all these men? Let's get into the next clip, man. Let's get into the next clip. Appreciate the ones in the chat too, man.
You said, what are you bringing to the table? Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how I roll. All right? Tired of these broke dudes sitting at the table looking for the handouts.
Let me tell y'all something, man. There ain't no point in history. There ain't no point in history where successful men of means, wifed up, broke, struggling women. It wasn't never that. As a man of means, you went to the man with means and got his daughter so y'all can combine wealth. You never went and picked up no scallywag, man. You wouldn't never went and picked up no scraggler. We don't do that. It's only in this society right here where a woman who looks like that will tell you, well, I'll go bring another man. Go get him then. I'm a pimp. I want you to go. You go get another man, let him bring that paper in here. You can give him all your body. You can spend all the time you want to with him, long as he break bread and bring that paper. The problem is when you think of this, bro, you got to remember this. When you look at the reality of the situation, you got to understand if a woman is willing to be with you for money, then she a working girl. So you start viewing her like that. And so you let her go do that. The problem is you be with a woman who got that mindset, but she ain't getting no money from nowhere. I guarantee you, if your woman went out and slept with somebody else and she came back to you with $50,000, I bet you wouldn't complain. I bet you'd be wondering when she going back to see that fool next time. So if you're going to wife up a 304, then you got to treat her like that. You can't believe that you wife her up going to turn her into a wife. You can't do it, man. So you got to understand, man, that you got to view a woman for who she is and stop believing you can change her. Trying to turn a hoe into a housewife is the same thing as trying to turn a housewife into a hoe, man. If you got a good girl, a good wholesome girl, certain things, man, she just ain't going to do them. And if she do them, she ain't going to do them right. She gonna do them like they disgust her. Man, listen, I would love to meet a woman who some of these things disgust her. The problem is those women are already taken. Somebody got them and they ain't gonna let them go already. So when you hear this woman, man, these women talking all this sprinkle talking, what I got to bring to the table, that means you broke. No, that means you broke if you always looking for a nigga to take care of you. The only women who are looking for somebody to take care of them are broke women, dog. You hear women talking about how much it costs to get their hair done and all that. No, they looking for somebody, man, for their basic upkeep. Shout out, if you can't handle your basic upkeep, you ain't just broke. You busted and disgusted. You have no room to talk if you ain't get no paper. And even a lot of these chicks online, man, they were nobodies before they got online. A lot of guys too. But they be the one talking like they always had the paper and they like this. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. We're gonna get a couple of these women, man, beautiful women, attractive women, online doing all that talking, and then other time, man, you hear them talking about how, man, the men who know them treat them like scallywags. The men who know them treat them like scallywags. Sarah Fontenot, one of those women, beautiful girl, older, still beautiful. You know she was a stoner when she was in her early 20s. You know she was bad. She tell the story all the time, man, about how she been engaged twice. In her first engagement, the man used to treat her like Diddy treated Cassie. Say, man, drag her and broke her up and did all that, man. So it doesn't matter if you got the beauty. Men want somebody who's gonna contribute to the process of their progress. And if you start feeling like you're an anchor or anvil around my neck and you weighing me down, then I'm gonna develop animosity towards you. Stop dealing with women who can't break no bread and who can't contribute to you getting no bread. She already coming to be a bill. Listen, if you budget your money for your life, you save this, invest this, live off this, give away this, and then you bring an expense into your life. One of those things you already got in your budget gonna go away because now you gotta take care of this broad. Man, you gotta be crazy. But let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
can a good woman bring to a man?
Nothing. A woman shouldn't bring nothing to a man. You have to understand that the woman is a mirror and a multiplier. She will mirror you, she will reflect you, and she will multiply whatever you put upon her. So if you put wealth upon a good woman, watch how she multiplies it. If you give love to a good woman, watch how she multiplies it. If you give a home to a good woman, a house to a good woman, food to a good woman, watch how she nurtures you with this. The problem is these men are toxic. So when they looking at the woman, their reflection, when they're unable to put things on the table, they say, oh, this woman ain't good. Oh, this woman ain't submissive. Oh.
Listen, bro. You look at all the successful men whose women are divorcing them and taking their money. You look at all of those men. Those men got it. They take care of everything. Pay all the bills. Woman don't have to pay nothing. Iman Shopper say, man, T.M. Taylor had to pay no bill. The woman a millionaire, they had to pay no bills. You think Sierra got to pay bills? Dwayne Wade, the only one I know to make his broad pay bills. But then he let her turn his son into his daughter. So, but at least he don't take care of it. He make her pay bills. Because when you think about it, dog, we'll talk about this guy here, man, in a minute, man. But, bro, that's not the way you're supposed to live your life, man.
This woman don't listen. No, brother, she is mirroring you. And she's showing you that you lay nothing on her table but anxiety, stress, depression, and chaos. And now she's multiplying that. Now you're in your feelings. No, man, a good woman brings nothing to a table but herself because she is the mirror and the multiplier.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. You can't never listen to a dude who admits that he pay his woman to be with him. You think he just picked this single mom up off the corner, man, and said, you know what, you deserve all these tens of $1,000s he be claiming he give her? No, he got to pay her that to stay with him, dog. It ain't even because his height. I got short partners that killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got a cousin, man, but the boy stopped growing when he was 13. Killing the game. Never had nothing but bad chicks. Loyal to him, man. Ride or die for him. Do anything for him. But this guy right here, he's short and he's disproportionate. His arms aren't the length they supposed to be. Legs aren't the length they supposed to be. This guy, he offering to pay women tens of thousands of dollars. He ended up with a single mom because other women, better women, more attractive women, still weren't interested in him. They would take his money, but they weren't going to stand beside him. And so when he finally found the one that did, that's all he has. As a man, he has no manhood. He has no masculinity as a man. So he does the one thing that men are required to do, and that's provide for his family. He don't talk about nothing else. He don't talk about nothing except for money, because that's the one thing he can do that makes him feel like a man. There ain't nothing else he can do. And so he takes that and he waves it over young men's head and he beat them across the head with it, because that's the only manhood tool he has. His physical stature is not imposing. And he doesn't have sense enough to do what most of my short partners do. My cousin I was telling you about, man, boy been ripped to shreds since he was 12 years old. I ain't never seen him not ripped to shreds. The homie Chris Jones, 5'7", been ripped to shreds since he was a teenager. The homie Steph is Cole, 5'7", been ripped to shreds since he was a teenager. So what we talking about, man, is a guy who just says, okay, I don't want to do any hard work. I'm just going to figure out how to make this money, and then I'm just going to shower her with the money. And that's the kind of guy that Ryan Williams is listening to. Telling you, nah, man, it's okay. It's okay to pick up somebody else's troubles. It's okay to pick up somebody else's dead weight. It's okay to do that. When you look around, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you ever gave a woman anything, she multiplied it. Man, these women don't multiply nothing. These women are takers, boy, they don't multiply shit. That can't listen, these women can't multiply their own stuff. How they gonna multiply yours? The average woman you meet, man, she's struggling. There's men struggling too, but we ain't around here trying to act like we ain't. Men who struggling, man, we out here trying to get it. We out trying to figure it out. We out here looking at financial content. You know, we out here looking at, man, you know, we trying to take care of everything, get ourselves straight. But then you got these suckers out here talking about man or woman. Man or woman multiplies what? Multiply your sorrow. Multiply what else? Multiply your worry. Don't multiply nothing else, man. And the reality is, man, we got to stop allowing suckers to tell us the woman ain't got to bring that to the table. She is the table. Come on, man. She is the table. All she got to bring is herself. Shit. Bring herself. Man, she gonna bring herself and they ain't got to let her stay. What we talking about? We've got to stop listening to guys who admit that they have to pay their woman to stay. I guarantee you, man, if that boy better hope he'll never fall off. He fall off, man, that shit gonna be gone. You leave with your wallet, you got to finish with it. If you leave with your wallet, man, your relationship will never be solid. I don't care what nobody say. So who we gonna listen to? We gonna listen to a simp like Yada, or we gonna listen to the pimps who had it the way, man, we ain't never, bro, you ain't never seen no men before you saw the peas, the way they had it, man. He got one woman, and he got to pay her hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to stay. When pimps would have 10 women who go out and bring them $25,000 in a night. You got 10 women going out, they all bring you $2,500 in, man, that's 25 bands a night. And that fool talking about what he paying his woman. Man, you got to make a choice. As a young man, as a middle-aged man, as an old man, as a man, you got to make a choice whether you're going to apply the prism of the ism or you're going to be a sucker and live your life, man, to pacify abroad. That's what you got to decide. And if you show me every man who live his life to pacify abroad, there's one thing I can tell you about all of them. All of them soft-spoken. All of them soft-spoken. They want you to believe that it's manly to be soft-spoken. It's manly. Man, that's manly where? In what part of the animal kingdom is it manly to be soft-spoken? The only male species that's soft-spoken is the male hyena. And he at the bottom of a totem pole. A newborn female is higher than the highest ranking male in the male. The lowest ranking newborn female pup is higher ranking than the highest ranking old male in hyena clan. The bros run the hyena clan. So I want y'all to understand something. Nowhere in the animal kingdom do males act like these guys telling you to act. Nowhere. Yeah, every child need a father, but women need to be more dedicated to having children with the right person and then sticking it out and being with that person, at least till their children grown. You got all your whole life to be a thought and run the street, but if you have a child, you better try to stick it out. Let's get back into this thing, man.
Getting on Beyonce's internet talking about women don't bring nothing to the table. The thing is, you're not attracted to the women that do. The last time a woman showed you on a date that she actually is the table, you walked away and you called her too masculine and too strong. You said ain't no man gonna want her. How are you gonna be intimidated by women that actually bring things to the table? Pick less qualified women than be mad at those women for not bringing things to the table. You didn't want a successful woman. You didn't want a strong woman. You didn't want a woman that had her own and could do for herself. You wanted a woman that needed you and depended on you and waited for you and your beck and call. That's the woman you picked. And then now you're mad that you're not getting reciprocal energy in a relationship. But you was intimidated by the women that had their shit together. Make that make sense. So I don't want to hear no men on the internet no more say women don't bring anything to the table, because let me tell you why. You're not attracted to the women that do.
Well, nigga, I'm gonna say it again. Women don't bring nothing to the table because a man decides what's important for a woman to bring to the table. See, when you got suckers like this talking about what women See, there's something that women say they bring to the table. We don't care nothing about that. We don't care what women say they bring to the table. That shit don't interest us. If I got you out, what does it even mean that how can a woman show me that she is the table on a date? What's she gonna do? The only way a woman can show me she is the table on a date, man, write me a check. She write me a check for about 25 bands. Say, well, did you because I had a good time? Okay, baby, let's sit down and talk. I'm gonna hold on to you. But what the hell are we talking about? What we talking about, man? When every time a woman show you that she is the table, you know, she is a strong, hell no, I don't want no strong woman. I want a beautiful woman and a strong car. I want a strong motorcycle. I want a strong boat. I want a strong pit bull dog. I don't want no strong woman because it doesn't take a strong woman to secure the bag. It takes a masculine woman to secure the bag. And when we say strong woman, we don't want a woman that's masculine strong. We want a woman that's feminine strong. You know what feminine strong is? That's that woman where when I go out and fight them wolves out there and I come in, the whole environment make me forget what I was just dealing with out there in the world. The whole environment does. Let me tell you something simple. Simple. Most of these men, they can't even get their wife to wear something sexy when she cooking. She won't even wear something sexy when she cooking. Little small things like that. Attention to details. If you mention something, if you say, well, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about maybe next month, next month, maybe we'll go to such and such next month. 2-3 hours later, she coming to you and say, okay, well, I looked at this. I know you like staying in these type of places, so I put these two to the side, and this is how much the plane ticket is and all that. I know you like fly first class. That's feminine strength right there. I don't want nobody talking about, well, how much is it? I got half on it. Not if she gonna be my woman. If she gonna be that masculine type of woman, yeah, I'll knock her down, but we can't go no further than that, man. I ain't finna wife up no dude, bro. That's what we call a dude, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Only in America do women believe they should be like men. I'm looking for a bike right now, man. I found the one I'm gonna get, man, but I've been looking for a bike, man. And as I've been looking, I just been coming across, you know how YouTube is. You start looking for something, then all your video recommendations be that same thing. So of course I did this not on my main profile. I did this on another one. But I noticed, man, I started looking at these bike shows. Eventually you get tired of looking business-wise, then you start looking at bike shows. Man, these women was on there driving the women had the biggest motorcycles. Like the women had the biggest motorcycles. 21-inch front wheel on it, man. Listen, bro, they can't even put their feet on the ground on the thing barely, dog. They got these things up so high, man, they got a trike package on it. They riding Harley Davidsons and all that, bro. And let me tell you something. Yes, you see some white women doing it too, but they had a little baby Harley. So most of the time, man, you see them, they be on the back of the bike with they man, dog. These women, they want to try to outdo you as a man. That ain't strong, that's weak. That's a woman who's afraid to be a woman. She's so afraid to be a woman, she'll rather be a man with a cat. Man, ain't nobody got no time for that, bro. I don't want no woman, man, that's competing with me on things that men do. Yeah, she can ride what she want to ride. She can do what she want to do. But man, these women be around here, man, wearing boxer briefs and all that type of shit. Man, you thought I want, bro? I wish a woman would come around me with some boxer briefs on, man. Man, her ass going, she finna turn around and go out the door right then. Get dressed. You out of here. Well, what happened? I just want, you got on drawers like me. Well, I like these drawers. That's why you got to go. Put your clothes on. Get out of here. You can't stay one more minute. As men, we got to stop allowing women to believe that this shit is acceptable. If they want to go be with women, let them go be. If they want to be by themselves, let them go be. But unless you're a broke man, a woman money don't give her no power in your life. Now, I ain't saying I want no broke scrag, but I'm saying a woman has to be able to balance getting money and still being feminine. The majority of the time they can't. Because let me tell you why. It takes a certain mindset to go out there and compete in this world. It's a man's world out there. Business, any profession you go in, it's a man's world out there. In corporate America. It takes a certain mindset for a woman to go out there. See, we born with that mindset. We men, we're born with the mindset of the hunter. We're born with the mindset of being territorial and all that. A woman has to become something else to be that. And she becomes that by either being raised to be that, which is she gonna end up wanting women anyway, or a really soft dude, or she goes out there and she realizes that there's sharks in the water and she get bit a couple times. Now when the sharks run around with her blood and coming out their gills, then she becomes an animal. She becomes a shark. And once you become a shark, you can't change no more. That's the problem with women who say they're strong. These dog eat dog. Man, these women get out here in the dog eat dog world, man, they become a pit bull. And I ain't talking about Eve, pit bull in the skirt. I'm talking about they become a pit bull, dog. They're not like a lioness. They become like a hyena. And hyenas, the females, run the clan. They run the clan. So I just want y'all to understand that it's not that we don't want women who have something, but as a man, if you already got your shit together, you want a woman who got a skill that she can contribute. I ain't worrying about her money. I would prefer a woman who has a skill that she can contribute to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If a woman gonna come in and be my accountant, or she gonna, man, if she don't do nothing but come in and do my taxes, if that's all she does, if she does that, man, that does it well, man, that's beneficial to me. I would rather have a woman who does my taxes than a woman who make money. I would rather have a woman who, bro, let me tell you, it's simple things, man. It's simple things. I would rather have a woman who's my personal assistant. Make sure my flight booked. Make sure my rental car booked when I land. Make sure my accommodations are booked when I get there. All I got to do is get the information and head out the door. That matters to me because I'm a man that's on the go getting shit done. So I just want y'all to understand, man, it ain't that, a man don't want a woman. There's a gray area. It's not just one extreme. Either got a woman who ain't got nothing or you got a woman who got it all together and she's strong. Nope. There's a middle ground in there where there's a woman who wants to have something for herself because she was raised that way. And in this society, that's okay. But she's still feminine. She still understands femininity. Certain things she isn't gonna do. Man, there's women out here, man, who've been at their job or in their career, man, for 10 years. And you know what they ain't gonna do? They ain't gonna go into no business and talk to no man about business. They'll say, well, I'll be back. I'm gonna bring my man with me. Or they'll call you on the phone and give you the phone and let you talk to the man. Either way, they'll just back themselves away from it. Why? Because they don't feel like a woman sitting here talking to a man. They know that this man is probably gonna try to get over on them or whatever. They know that this is a job better handled for a man. Then you got those women who think they can handle anything. Well, those women who can handle anything, let me tell you something they can't handle. Their ass ain't gonna be able to handle hitting that wall, being sixth and by themselves. Being third and by yourself is phenomenal. But all you gotta do is listen to Lisa Ray talk about how she's still holding out this dream and this hope. Listen to Mary J. talking about how you stay home holding out this dream and this hope. Man, that shit over. Let's get back into this thing, man. Oh, guess I better match play.
Only women who don't bring anything to the table get offended when a man asks the question, what do you bring to the table? You have to understand this is a compliment. And the reason why I'm telling you that this is a compliment is because you have to understand when a man says, what do you bring to the table? He wants to know, what do you offer outside of the fact that you're beautiful and the fact that you have a vagina? So what does this mean? This means that this man is dating with a purpose. This means that this man is not content with you just looking good and being pretty and having a coochie, but he really wants to know, what is your mind like? What are your goals like? What are your accomplishments like? What is your parenting style? But for insecure women or women who don't bring anything or offer anything outside of the way that they look, they're going to call you sassy. They're going to say that you're out of bounds. But what you have to understand is this: proper conduct does not fear exposure, because women who actually bring things to the table can't wait until you ask. They have a list from here to Africa. But if you don't bring anything more than your looks and some coochie, of course you'd be offended. It's like asking a broke person, how much do you make annually? Oh, why would you ask that?
Look at here, man. That boy, I am true first, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. That he turned the corner. You know, he first started out, man, with all that pandering and all that, man. But then he just came to a realization, man, and that's why I got a lot of respect for him. He ain't like Yada. Yada can do that for the rest of his life, cause Yada a sucker. Yada soft. You can look in his eyes and tell, man, he ain't got no fire in him. But Truth Hurts, he did it for a while, man, and he just had to back off of it. He couldn't stick with it too much longer. But let me tell you something, bro. What he's saying makes a lot of sense. If I ask I don't never ask a woman. This ain't really something that we ask women. This is something you ask one. This shit is just an online conversation. In reality, you strike up a conversation with a woman, and as a man, you lead the conversation the way you want it to go. You know what I mean? And you lead it to her talking about herself and her credentials and what she does and what she has and what her skills are. You lead to that. And when a man is talking to a woman like that, he's looking at her with more interest than just something to sleep with. Because if it's just something to lay with, my hands already all over you, wherever we at. It's already physical between us. So when you hear a woman have a problem with you trying to find out what she has to bring to your life, she has nothing. She broke. You look at what her name, the Sprinkle lady. Man, that woman been broke her whole life. You know it. Sarah Fontenot. If a man was putting his hands on you when you were 19 years old and you was engaged to him, you ain't no men around you with no paper that you could run to for protection. You ain't got no protection. You struggling. What the other woman name is? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Come on, man. That woman ain't from no paper. She too hood. So you got to think about all of these things, man. Like, these women ain't from no paper. And so they have never had anything to bring to the table except their body. That's why they put all their weave on, all their makeup on, and all this shit all the time. Because all they have is their physical appearance. And it's gotten them so much, but it hadn't gotten them across the finish line. It hadn't gotten them to where they want to be. You know why? Because men who are worth having want more than just your beauty. A man, listen, any man who is worth having, men like us, man, we would rather have a 7 who is sweet as peach pie and is just figures out a way to be beneficial. We'd rather have a 7 because all of that other stuff, it matters. See, the only time a woman beauty matters is when you're looking right at her. If you gone, if you working, if you traveling, if you're doing any of those things, when she go to visit family, any of those things, her looks don't even matter anymore. The other stuff matters then. Her character, how she carries herself, how she respects herself, how she respects you, how she respects the relationship, how she stands on principles, her relationship with the Most High. All of those things matter then. If you're not looking at her or humping on her, then her physicality don't even matter. I'm sitting here in front of this thing right here by myself. Ain't nobody in here. You think the way my brow look matter to me right now? It don't. I ain't even thinking about it. I just thought about it when I said it, but it don't mean nothing. You know what matters? How she carry herself when I shout in public, how she represent me. So when you get past a woman's physicality, and I know when you're a young man, you got to get that out your system, unless you were raised by strong men who gave you other things to focus on. But once it's out of your system, man, you got to stop overvaluing a woman's beauty, dog, because if you overvalue her beauty, she gonna think you should pay for it. I don't let no woman move me with her beauty, dog. None of that. Boy, let me tell you something. And I got partners that vouch for this. Man, let me tell you something. Man, it's real talk. Man, I done had the coldest thing in the city. I'm talking about widely recognized as the coldest thing in the city. Cold. I'm talking about would be cold anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. I'm talking about cold from head to toe. Listen. What cats call down south? I'm talking about dumb fine. Just dumb fine, boy. Flawless skin, flawless physique, flawless teeth. Man, let me tell you something, boy. You know, you always hit a time where they say, man, God broke the mold. Hey, man, bro, listen, bro. He broke the mold on that one. Man, I'm talking about almost passing out in my presence. But she drove a bucket. Not really a bucket, but I don't know what it was, man. She just had nothing that's going on. You know, she had nothing that's going on. I probably could have overlooked it though, man, because she was a sweet girl, man. She used to wake up early in the morning. You know, when they switched to grocery stores after COVID, they opened them early in the morning for old people to go in there. And man, she used to go every week, twice a week, man. She used to go pick her grandma up and take her to the grocery store. She would drive to her grandma's house, get in her grandma's car, cause her grandma want to go in her own car, get in her grandma's car, drive her grandma 45 minutes to the grocery store she wanted to go to, take her around in there, shop with her, take her back home, help her put everything up and do all of that, man. And she would do that twice a week, man. So she was a good girl, man. For me, man, it just, I'm just a pimp, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, I'm just a P, homies. It don't mean nothing to me. I'm just trying to see, man, what a woman contribute to my life, dog. All that beauty, man, it don't mean nothing. I promise you, bro. Sometimes I be wishing it did every now and then. I be like, man, just boy, if I could just, man, it don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. Because the bottom line is when a woman is in your presence, dog, you're gonna lose something. You're gonna lose some time in your business. You're gonna lose some time with your peace. You're gonna lose something. If it's just a little something, you're gonna lose something when a woman is in your presence. And so that woman has to compensate you for what you're losing. You know what I'm saying? Man, a woman can't come around me, dog. If I'm gonna take time away from my business to spend time with a woman, man, she gotta come around me. She gotta bring something. She can't just come and we just chill, Netflix and chilling. I can Netflix and chill by myself. Ain't you got Netflix at home? You better go. Well, you can Netflix and chill by yourself. Then it gotta be more than that, dog. And ain't nothing wrong with that because a woman was put here to be a helpmeet. We can't forget that. That's why they want to pull you away from the scripture, man, because they don't want you to remember that the woman was created to be a helpmeet. That was her reason for being created. Her reason for being the only reason she was created was to be your helpmeet. All the other things they doing, man, ain't no purpose in that. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I truly believe this. If a woman is going out there getting all that money, it's meant for her to store it up for a man. It's meant for her to give all that shit over to a man. If a woman go out there, man, she stack her paper up and she get her a crib and she get her some cars and she get her whatever she gonna get, all that is meant for her to just give it over to a man. I truly believe that. If she gonna hustle, she better be ready to give it up, man. That's what I say. S. Carter, man, appreciate the dime. Appreciate you, bro. Every woman should, man. And listen, you can't make a woman do nothing. You can't make a woman do nothing. But you got to make sure you don't accept a woman who don't do the shit you want her to do. It ain't about trying to change a woman. It's about passing on women. Don't waste time on women who don't meet the criteria that you have set. Don't waste time on them. Man, it ain't worth having sex with her. It ain't worth spending time with her. It ain't worth talking to her if she don't meet the criteria that you set. Because otherwise, man, a woman will use you up, dog. A woman will use you up. A woman will refuse you and still use you. You understand me? I'm telling you what I know, dog. Let's get back into this thing, man.
Y'all men need to realize is that I don't have to bring nothing to the table but myself.
Look at this. Look at this woman. Look at that face. Don't you even bring yourself to the table. I don't want her to bring nothing to the table. She got to bring some more money she just got to bring straight money. I don't want her around long enough to flex no skills. She needs to pull up and drop a bag. Look at the cockiness of this woman. Look at that. Look at her. What she want y'all men? What y'all men? You ain't got no option to be talking about y'all. Man, you got these women out here don't nobody even want. Talking this talk, man.
You have to bring everything to the fucking table. I don't have to bring nothing but myself.
Well, that's exactly why your ass ain't got no table now. I don't know who the hell y'all think y'all are that y'all feel like y'all ain't got to bring shit to the table and the man's supposed to bring everything. What the hell is this? Is this a mental institution or something? Because it sounds like you need to be in a straitjacket saying this stupid ass shit.
I concur. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. First off, you in a world that's telling you that being a real man is toxic. You got to fight through that. Then once you fight through that and decide that you're going to be a man regardless of what they say, then you got to figure out how to be a man, especially if your dad ain't a man or, your mama took you from him or for whatever reason your dad ain't there. You got to figure out where to even get the proper manhood instruction from. Then you got to battle through the war of getting there when everything in this society is pulling against you. Everything in this society is telling you to not be that type of man. It's telling you that you're patriarchal or you're living in an archaic mindset or you're living like a man from the 50s or any of that. Whatever it takes, they're trying to teach you or convince you that you shouldn't be a real man. You got to battle through all that. Then you got to realize how lonely life is if you decide to be that type of man, because you realize there's only a few of us around who are willing to go through all that, who are willing to not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of by people based on emotionality, who are not willing to allow people to tell us that we need to sacrifice ourselves or compromise ourselves for what they believe instead of what we believe. Then you got to figure out how to build your life financially. You got to figure out how to get some money. Then you got to figure out how to grow some money. And then you got to figure out how not to lose some money. And then you're going to meet a woman and tell her that you built all this shit to give over to her? You know what? If that's your mindset, you Eve and your woman Adam. That's what it is, man. We got too many Eves out here. We got too many male Eves out here. You're going to be a woman helpmeet. Get her to where she need to be. And then you got women around talking about, man, they want to be a stay-at-home wife. And do what? Yeah, you can be a stay-at-home wife. I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. You can stay at home and be a wife. Soon as you get through doing whatever your ass gonna do to contribute to the process of my progress. After that, you off. You be a stay-at-home wife until it's time for you to get up and do it again tomorrow. Hell you mean? You be a stay-at-home wife. You ain't gonna do nothing. Shh. You crazy. Unless I caught you and I was your first one, then we talking a different ball game. That's a reward for a virgin wife. Being a stay-at-home wife, not having to do nothing but make babies, that's reward for a stay-at-home wife. You can't do that. Man, y'all be meeting women who already got babies and letting them be a stay-at-home wife and putting more babies in them. Come on, man. What we do that? Man, that don't even make sense. And you know that, and the problem is, in a society where men start doing things that don't make sense, it means that we just walk blindly through this society and do things that we know, man, listen, they don't make us view ourselves positively. They don't make us think positively of our position in the world. They worry us and stress us out. That's why so many men drinking every day. That's why so many men blowing trees every day. That's why so many men in the strip club every weekend. That's why so many men, watching that corn all the time. That's why so many men doing all of these different things, because you're miserable if you're living the life outside of what God intended for you to live. You're miserable. Absolutely miserable. You got men out here married, they ain't even like the woman like that and married anyway because they just couldn't leave her alone. They couldn't leave her alone because you feel like because a woman did something for you 2 years ago that benefited you 2 years ago that you owe her your life. No, the woman was put here to dedicate her life to you, not the other way around. Let's get back into this thing, man.
Fellas, let me tell you something real quick. Do yourself a favor and please stop asking women what do they bring to the table. Because the way a lot of you men are nowadays, you're so far removed from Christ, it don't even matter if a woman is willing to answer that question and what the answer is that she gives you. You're going to find a way to move the goalposts either way. You're going to nitpick. You're going to crucify her answer. So if you really want to know what a woman brings to the table, what type of value, what type of favor a wife brings, here's a very boring answer. You ready for it? Read God's word.
Specifically, the book of Proverbs. Read the book of Proverbs. Now, y'all know I don't do all that Christianity stuff and all that, man. I just don't rock with it. But you read the book of Proverbs, Proverb 31. Proverb 31 tell you exactly what a woman is supposed to be. Everything a virtuous woman is supposed to be. Your wife is supposed to be a virtuous woman. That's what she's supposed to be. So it don't matter what she bring to the table. Is she a virtuous woman or isn't she a virtuous woman? And what this cat talking about, women don't ever have no answer. They say, I am the table. I'm supposed to tear that down, fool. He know good and well he ain't heard no woman say that. See, he trying to soft pander. So you got some real hardcore pandering, but that's soft pandering right there. So when you think about it, man, you tell me, what do you bring to the table? Man, nobody asks that question. You just look at the woman and you decide if she has the character traits that you want to put in the wife position in your life.
No, you really wanted me to say something long and motivational and drawn out. No, read God's word, talk to the Creator. He created women. He can tell you any and everything about women. So if you're not willing to submit to Christ, stop whining and crying and complaining about women if you're not willing to hear what he has to say. You can't nitpick his word. You can't move the goalposts. It is what it is. So a lot of you submitting to these 20 to 25-year-old podcasters, you're submitting to a 20-year-old podcaster, but you don't want to submit to Christ. But you want a woman to submit to you. How does that work? That makes no sense. So if you really want to know what a woman brings to the table, read God's word, fellas. He will tell you any and everything you need to know. And like I said, if you're not willing to do that, play the quiet game.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, I'm an Old Testament scholar, and I don't see that word. God don't want us to submit to Him. He wants us to just follow His word. He wants us to live by His statutes and commandments, do the things He tells us to do. That submit stuff, nah. That's what they tell you in the Christian church, but I ain't gonna get into that. But I want y'all to understand something. There's only one place in the entire Bible that tells you what a woman is supposed to be. And it's the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 31. And the reality is, it's not about what she brings to the table. It's about who she is. Because let me tell you something. Women they're chameleons. You understand me? They're studious. And they will become whatever you tell them you want. So don't worry about it. Don't have a conversation about what she brings to the table. Just look at her. Learn her. See if she's a Proverb 31 woman. Like this woman right here. This woman right here. You know she ain't a Proverb 31 woman. Look at the first word out of her mouth. Proverb 31 women don't use profanity. They don't talk like that. So you know that's not a Proverb 31 woman. Like if you read Proverb 31, it'll tell you everything you need to know about a woman. You look at these men out here marrying these women who be scantily clad. Sierra is not a Proverb 31 woman. She show her body too much. Beyonce not a Proverb 31 woman. She show her body too much. She twerking, jerk, and gyrate too much. Sierra the same way. You look at old boy who married Trina. Man, you married Trina, the rapper? The one who said, you don't know now? Hit by 5 or 6 best friends? That's your wife? Come on, man. It's real simple.
See, as men, we got to become more spiritually astute. And that way, we will stand on a spiritual concept. We will stand on spiritual precepts and principles. And we will judge women by those precepts and principles. And so you won't spend your time with a scallywag. You won't spend your time around a worthless woman. You won't waste your time trying to see what some woman who for the streets is bringing to the table, because a woman who for the streets can't bring that to the table but turmoil, chaos, and probably some STDs or STIs, if you will. So it's about holding women to a spiritual standard. That's the only way you don't get caught up in their physicality. That's the only way. If you don't have no spiritual concessions that a woman got to make, then you're not going to be able to gauge what kind of woman she is. And really, it's to the point, man, where a woman that's truly for you, she already owns some of this stuff, man. She already owns it. Like when I meet a woman, dog, man, if a woman still eating pork when I meet her, man, then she lost, dog. It ain't even just from a spiritual perspective she lost, but from a physical perspective she lost. She can't tell what pork make her smell like. She can't tell what shrimp and lobster and crab legs and crawfish and all that make her smell like. She don't smell that. She been smelling it so long she done got used to it. Come on, man. Man, a woman drank liquor. I'm not doing a woman who drank no liquor. Come on, man. Liquor? Come on, man. I'm not gonna do that. Woman out here, man, she let herself go, man. Be about 500 pounds, man. Come on, man. I'm not gonna do that. What am I gonna do with that? This is about us as men understanding that the thing that a woman has to bring to the table is spiritual. It's not something she could bring to the table any other way. It's spiritual. If you look at the Proverbs 31 woman, she is a contributor to the process of progress of her husband. She contributes to it on a daily basis. She wakes up and contributes to it. He's proud that this is his wife. Let's get back into the thing, man. Let's get back into it.
When dating or in a relationship with a grown man who has his own house, his own car, how do you add value?
I think the problem is that everyone is trying to bring what they have to the table without taking inventory of what the table needs. Me understanding and taking inventory of what this man needs is past his accolades. The woman sat up here and described he has a house. She didn't say he had a home. And so when you're talking about a woman and what we bring and what that value is, we bring the home to the house that he already has. We bring the companion to the accolades and the cars he already has. We bring the nurture, we bring the love, we empower. We take the seeds that he has and we water it.
It's called incubation. It's called multiplication. It's called you being able to have a certain level of discernment for you to be able to say, hey, yo, that little friend you got, I don't like him, okay? That's a thing that women possess that men will just baseline never be able to get. It's an intuition, right?
Man, let me tell y'all something. When you hear a woman, just think about this is a grown woman. Probably she at least in her 30s. This woman is in her 30s or her 40s. And she's her example is a man not having the discernment to tell if somebody is bad, has bad energy, if somebody need to be out of his life, if he don't need to have people around him. So I'm telling you, these women aren't used to dealing with men of our caliber. They're not used to dealing with spiritually astute men. This woman just said men don't even have that discernment. So we're so far in between and spread out that a woman can go her whole life and be 35, 40 years old and never meet a godly man. Never meet a spiritually astute man who even has the basic discernment to determine people's energy and determine that the energy of that person is bad for him. And she's on stage with, and all of these women that you hear talking, they're all single. Why? Because they have already gone through those men who don't have that discernment. Those men who will put his hands on a woman, who just won't let her go, get rid of her, move away from her, just disappear on her. They don't understand that. So when you hear a woman give an example of her having to tell a man that little friend you got, he ain't good for you, need to let him go. They dealing with boys.
So there's a confidence that you have to have, because all that you talked about, oh, well, he's a homeowner and he got this and he got that, that's nothing compared to the strengths that you have as a woman. When you actually understand what women were placed on this earth to do, you're not going to get up here and say, how do you add value? Because your existence is value, right? And so I can teach you, okay, how to tap into your feminine energy and really understand that, right? Okay.
Wait. Hold up. Your existence is value? Your existence is value? Man, there's a story out right now. I started doing a piece of content on it, but it's a little bit too graphic. Where this dude, he had this woman crib. Her on again, off again boyfriend. Same thing happened to the rapper Trouble. Her on again, off again boyfriend kicked in the back door, came in there, talking crazy. The dude she was with went for his iron, and the dude who the on again, off again boyfriend laid him down. Laid him down right there. Now the on again, off again boyfriend live at another house with the girl mama and her children. Ain't none of the children his now. What you mean her presence? The majority of women presence don't do nothing but bring you down. A woman's presence has to be good in her own life first. So when you hear a woman just talking about just your intuition and your presence and all that, and man, that ain't nothing to a man that's right next to God, man. A woman got to she got to show up. You understand me? She got to show up with some effort and energy. I want all y'all to read the Proverb 31 woman, man. Just read the Proverb 31. When you read Proverb 31 and you see all the things that woman does, man, that woman is active. She gets active, dog. She's out in the world, in the community, doing things to shore up the resources that her husband needs to use. She out there getting it. You can't trust these women to get out there and get it. They too worried about looking sexy when they go out there. They too worried about putting on the clothes, accentuating their boobs, or making their butt poke out when they go out there. They too busy worrying about how much makeup they got to put on. Come on, man, let's be realistic. When you hear these women talk about this whole thing about what they bring to the table, it's always, well, you don't have to bring that to the table, or something simple like your presence is the table, because they don't bring anything, because they weren't raised to be virtuous women. They weren't raised to be Proverbs 31 women. And then you got the other group who think they're a Proverbs 31 woman because they go to church. When in reality, the church make you some other than a Proverbs 31 woman. Some of these women are eliminated from being a Proverb 31 woman. A woman with multiple kids by multiple men, she's eliminated from being a Proverb 31 woman. A man got to be proud of his wife. She can't bring no embarrassment to him. She prioritizes her man. These women prioritize themselves in such a way that they know they bring nothing, and they say that that's supposed to be okay. They literally believe that bringing nothing to your life is enough. When anybody who says, all I got to do is show up, I bet when she go to work, she don't say all she got to do is show up. I bet when she go to church, she don't say all she got to do is show up. I bet when she go to a wedding, she don't say all she got to do is show up. I bet when she go to a bachelorette party, she don't say all she got to do is show up. I bet when she go to a birthday party, she don't say all she got to do is show up. I bet when she showed up on that college campus, she don't say all she got to do is just show up. I bet when she go to the doctor, she don't say all she got to do is just show up. So I want y'all to understand that the way we are viewing things or letting them view things and letting it be okay in our lives, we got to stop it, man. We got to stop letting women think it's okay to just be nothing. Because it's not okay, man. Let's get back into this thing, man. It's not okay.
Just because a person, specifically a woman, is not contributing financially does not mean she's not bringing anything to the table. A woman runs a household. She might take care of your kids. She might make sure you are okay. She might be fucking your funky ass at the end of the night. She might making sure your household is peaceful. She is, yeah, your be funky sometimes, them nasty ass.
I smell it now.
Okay? Literally. A woman will literally run the fuck out of a household, and then as soon as you get your money, 20 years later, your funky ass want to go marry your nasty ass secretary's been sucking your behind closed doors at the office for the past 2 motherfucking years, and now your woman that's been loyal, that's held you down, that took care of your kids, it's suddenly, oh, this don't deserve nothing.
True, though.
Take
It's true.
50%, take
That's
50%
real.
every time.
Brothers, that is one broken woman right there. But I want y'all to understand something. The only women who are online having these discussions are broken women. Now, some of them are further past their anger than she is. I actually believe maybe Sarah Fontenot had the opportunity to be a good girl before she got dogged out the way she did. Because she's never fired up. She's never angry. You know what I mean? Like, she just doesn't get pushed over into anger. But that woman right there, man, these are the type of women that are online talking all this, man. These women they've been ran through that, man. They've been ran through the ringer. But you look at her energy. Eventually, maybe the man just wanted something feminine. You know, when a woman starts to feel entitled to more than she's getting because she's doing the same thing she's been doing, you don't get no props for running the house. Listen, if I'm paying all the bills in the house, the least you could do is run the house. Now, I'm not saying I undermine that. I'm not undermining that. I'm just saying that I pay all the bills because I appreciate the way you take care of the house. But you don't get nothing extra for that. That's your job. Just like what I'm doing is my job. What you're doing is your job. That's your responsibility. That's what you need to be doing. That's what you have to be doing. That's what you better be doing. If you want everything to stay the way it is. But at the same time, if you start slacking on something, right? If you start slacking on something, if you start letting yourself go physically, you hear these women complaining, well, I got to have all this time with the kids, and I got to do this right here, and I got blah, blah, blah. I ain't got to pay no bills, but complain about the time they got to spend with the kids. Well, I'm too tired. No, you done got too lazy. That's what it is. What if I say I'm too tired, then when you hit that light switch, the lights don't come on? What if I'm too tired for that? What if I'm too tired when you get in your car, ain't no gas in it? And then you go down the street and run out of gas, and you call me, and I say, well, I'm too tired to give you money, and I'm too tired to come get you. You don't get to be tired. You get the chance, you get to do your job the same way I get to do mine. You don't never hear a man say, man, I'm too tired of getting this money. You don't never hear us say that. We trying to get more and more and more. You don't never hear us say, oh, well, man, I sure am tired of getting this money, man. I don't want to pay no bill. I'm tired of getting this money. Once we figure out how to get it, man, we own it. We love it. We love it. We can't wait to wake up every day. So when you hear a woman talking, and then man, she talking about, man, the man she was with, man, sometimes he wasn't even clean. She said, sometime the bizzalls was funky. Come on, man, let me tell you something, bro. Ain't been no time no woman been around me, and man, my bizzall been funky, dog. It just don't happen. It just don't happen. Because it's a simple thing to do. Staying fresh is a simple thing to do. All you gotta do is jump in the shower, man. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta do nothing else. If you already been in the shower, man, get you some Manscaped wipes, man. You know what I'm saying? Get some ball reviver, man. Get some ball toner, man. Spray a little bit. You can always be fresh, man. So the fact that she been dealing with, I'm telling you, brothers, I want you to understand this. If you're a man who loves yourself and prioritizes yourself and does everything in your power to make sure you're the best version of yourself physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and financially, the majority of women have never met a man like you. And so you got to look at the women who are in your life who have had the opportunity, and you got to make sure them bras still appreciate you. Because if you gone, man, they ain't going to find another you. You got to remember that. And you got to walk around and you got to carry yourself like that. I don't give a woman who isn't worthy access to me. And she got to prove that she's worthy by the little things she does. Simple things. Remember one time I had a chick come through, man. She broke a glass, man. She broke a glass, and man, she talked about it, man. I'm just apologize for it or what I said. I said, baby girl, it's just a glass. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Man, about 3 days later, man, Amazon box showed up, man. Man, she had bought four, just a new set, just 4 new ones. She ain't break but one. So now instead of having 3, I got 7. You know what I mean? But little small things like that. Small things like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Small things like that. I remember one time I had a woman come through, man. I think I was down to like 2 rolls of paper towels, man. It just under my breath. I wasn't even talking out loud. I said, man, I need to get some paper towels, man. And I don't remember how she. Let me try to think of how she ended up doing that. I don't know if she ran to the store. She came back a couple of days later. Anyway, before I got out, man, she came back, man. One of them packs, man, got like 12 rolls in it. You know, little small things like that. That's a woman. That's you seeing how a woman behaves in a household setting. Little small things like that. You know what I mean? Little small things. And I just want you to understand, bro. You got to start gauging a woman from day one. You can't make no compromise and sacrifices on that. You got to stick to your standard. Because if you compromise your standard on one thing, you'll compromise your standard on 10, dog. You understand me? And man, what the hell they do right here talking about, man? What they mean right here? Hey, dog, what they mean right here, man? This guy must be high saying she's a marrow. What are you talking about, man? Bone marrow? Man, you get out of here, man. You ain't making no sense. You sound crazy, man. I just looked up, man, and saw this this coming, man. You ain't even subscribe, man. Boy, you just, what the hell you talking about, man? I don't know. Maybe he going back to the beginning or something. All right, let's get back into the thing, man.
Men want traditional women, but forget that traditional men paid all the bills, fixed things around the house, and never asked, what do you bring to the table?
Because he didn't have to, fool. He didn't have to. He looked around his house and saw it. Ain't nobody asking their wife what she bring to the table. Even the men who asking that, they're not asking their wife that. They're asking women they just met. So if you just met a woman, what the hell they got to do with you paying the bills in your house? Man, I'm telling you, man, these dudes be pandering. This the problem. These dudes hate being men so much that they seek women's approval on everything. Bro, I couldn't live with myself if I was the type of man that would pander to women like this. I couldn't live with myself. Because every time you do this, you lose more and more of your masculinity. Your voice gets softer. You get more feminine. You know what I'm saying, man? Dude, man, he probably wear panties, man.
Y'all men be so quick to call a woman masculine or too independent, but don't want to help her in the areas she's been forced to survive in. You can't expect her to be soft and feminine when she's out here doing everything on her own. So stop saying women don't cook like grandma, because most of y'all men don't pay bills like granddad. Traditional women existed because traditional men led, provided, and protected without question. A woman is only soft when she feels safe. She rests in her femininity when she has a man who steps up, takes responsibility, and makes her feel secure. So if you want a traditional woman, be the man she could depend on, not another weight she has to carry.
Hold up, man. I done went back too far. Hold up. I done went all the way back. All right, man, let me tell y'all something. This dude is just regurgitating female talking points. Now, I just never thought I'd get to a point in the world where men followed women and regurgitated their points, dog. Man, let me tell you something. A feminine woman gonna be feminine regardless. A feminine woman ain't finna go out there and do it by herself. A feminine woman gonna stay at her parents' house. A feminine woman gonna be feminine regardless. She's just gonna be feminine. Femininity ain't something you can cut on and off, just like we can't cut our masculinity on and off. Either you're masculine or you're not. You can't fake it. You can't be masculine sometimes, but then be feminine other times. And the reality is, grandma was feminine because there was no benefit to being masculine. Grandma was feminine because she embraced her role. Why a woman got to be out there doing it by herself? What is she doing out there? What's she trying to do? If she doing it by herself, why she need my help? Why I got to help her in the area she need to be helped in? I ain't helping nobody but my bro. If I meet you and you need something, I ain't giving you nothing. What I look like? I don't care what situation you in as a woman when I meet you. I ain't put your ass in that situation, and I ain't trying to save you from it. Whoever put you in that situation, let's call them and see if we can get them to do something. Where your parents at? If you got children, where your baby dad at? All these people that know you and that saw you make these decisions to put yourself in this situation, now I'm supposed to come along and save you? I ain't got no cape around my neck. Shit, I don't even wear chains around my neck, baby. I don't want nothing around my neck. So I say this to y'all, man. You got to understand that these guys are like, they just females. They females with woods, man. They were born male, and then they just switched to female somewhere along the way. To open your mouth and say these types of things, it means you have embraced that you are a female. No masculine man could ever say this. You just can't. I can't open my mouth to say these things because they're lies. They're lies, man. Women are masculine because they're masculine. They look at the world and they say, okay, I could be feminine and I could be with a man and rely on him and depend on him to lead, or I can be masculine and go out here and make my own money. Women are going out making their own money by choice, fool. Now, what they do with the money and get themselves in trouble and blow through it and all that, they ain't got nothing to do with it. But women are going out here getting this money because they want to. They want to be able to spend their money however they want to. They don't want nobody to put them on a budget. They don't want nobody telling them, hey, you can spend this. They don't want to have to clear what they spend with somebody. Man, you got women out here that's barely making any money, still be blowing money on shit. Man, there's women out here that make $30,000 a year be buying Starbucks coffee. Man, Starbucks coffee, that rich man shit. You can't afford Starbucks on $30,000 a year. And you know that $30,000, that's their gross salary. They probably bring home about $16. You can't afford Starbucks on $16. You can't afford to be eating out every day on $16,000 on $16,000. But that's the world we live in. Women do these things by choice, and then when it backfires on them, then they get to talking about, well, ain't no men, the men don't pay no bills. I do pay bills. Oh, you talking about your bills that you ran up. Nigga, these bro go run up all these bills they can't afford. And then talking about you ain't a man if you don't come pay them. Shit, I wish I would. I pay these bills. Your goal is to impress me enough where you can come up under my umbrella where I already pay bills. It ain't my job to pay your bills. I wish I would. I'm not paying your damn bills. Man, the finest woman on the planet. If she said something about paying her bill, all of a sudden, man, look, man, she look like the backside of an elephant. All of a sudden, man, she like a baboon ass. All of a sudden, her whole look just go to straight ugly. If she crack me by some paper, don't crack me by no paper. Let me know how you can get me some. I'ma always be that way. When I'm 100 years old, I'ma be that way. Cause I'm gonna be 100-year-old nigga in shape, getting money, and the woman still gonna have to show up and put out. And I ain't talking about put out her back. I'm talking about, man, she gonna put out that sack. That's all. That's the way it gonna be, man. I ain't got no time for it. They go out here and they do all this hustle, make all this money. Okay, go out there and hustle and make that money. You want me to pay your bill? Okay, go get that money, give it to me. I'm gonna allot it the way it's supposed to be. I'm gonna give you that car right here. Do what you gonna spend. Man, listen, this is all women want anyway. Even the women who get all the money, this is all they want. They want to be able to spend what they want to spend and not have to worry about no bills. That's why they get out there in that dog eat dog world, and then they crumble under the pressure. And then you hear them all the time, talking about, man, they tired of paying everything. They tired of living in a man's world. Yes, because it was never meant for you to live. Here's the problem. Go get the money. You ain't got to ever be in the man. You ain't got to do nothing. Just go get the money. Bring the money to me. I'll take care of everything. I'll make sure everything's good. There'll be investments. There'll be, there'll be nice bank accounts, all the things that you should be doing with your money. And then I give you this card right here. You can max it out every month. You can just granted you max that money out, that's it. But it's gonna be nice because you bringing all your paper contributing to the process of my progress. And so I'm gonna make sure you get what you want. You ain't gotta worry about none of the bills. You're gonna drive your car. You're gonna shop. You got your card. Now you got your car right there. Got a nice limit on it. You're gonna shop. You're gonna do it. That card right there, that's all you got. You ain't gotta do nothing. You get to go back to living like a girl again. A successful girl. Man, that's all women want. But when you meet them, they already got so many debts and all that first you got to bail them out. And you got to ask yourself, is she a good enough girl? Is she a sweet enough girl? Is she a virtuous woman where you want to bail her out? Is she still capable of believing in blind love? See, you need a woman that still believes in love. No matter how fake love is, you need a woman who still believes in it. You need a woman who's still looking for that falling in love fantasy. Because a woman that already did that and got burnt on it, hey man, she's scarred. Any woman who has had her heart broken, I'm talking about broken, man, it's over for her. A woman only get one heartbreak in life. If it's already broken, I'm not saying you gonna break her heart. I'm saying that if she hasn't had her heart broken yet, then you get to have a woman who's open to the possibilities. There's nothing more wholesome and emotionally controllable than a woman who's still open to the possibilities of love. A woman who's scarred and ain't open to it no more, man, she could try all she want to. She gonna shy away from it. She not gonna dedicate herself to the process of your progress because she gonna feel like she getting too caught up. And she gonna keep pulling back and coming back in and pulling back and coming back in. And a lot of y'all in situations with women like that, man, they keep coming back, pulling back in, coming back, pulling back. Man, I got a video, man. Well, I'm gonna do it probably tomorrow. Put it up for y'all tomorrow, man. Where y'all done actually made some sense, man. Talking to this young cat, man. The thing this cat going through, bruh, it's crazy out here, man. Let's get back into this thing, man. Let's get back into it. Get ready to try to wrap it on up right quick.
Question. One, what is the answer that you want? And two, why is that narcissistic to say I am the table?
All right. So for one, that answer doesn't hit like how they think it hits, saying you are the table, because you're not even saying what type of table you are.
Yeah.
Are you that antique table at Big Mama's house that's been there for 50 years and it's going to last and stand strong?
Right.
Or are you that folding table where we can't even put anything on there?
Right.
You're not durable. You won't last.
Right.
You can't stand the rain, literally. Like, which type of table do you think you are?
Yeah.
So that doesn't even hit how they think they are. And like they think it hits. And then it's narcissistic because what does the table do at dinner time? The table just exists and we bring everything to the table. The table has to do nothing. It's surrounded. We pray around the table. We sit everything on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We bring all the food to the table.
We
put
gather
all the
around
silverware around the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's narcissist. That's a narcissist. You don't got to do nothing. Just exist and everything revolves around you. That's a narcissist.
Let me tell y'all something, brothers. That's exactly what it is. When a woman says, I am the table, she's saying that she's just supposed to exist. Nothing else. Half of these women don't want to have no babies. So if a man want babies, the women either they don't want to have none or they too old. You gotta remember that. Most of these women who be talking their crazy stuff online, man, most of these women in their late 30s, early 40s. The women don't want no kids. You look at a woman like I don't think Sarah Fontaine got no kids. What's-called ain't got no kid, man. Now one of them never had a husband or a kid. Come on, man. We listen to women who ain't never had no husband, no kids. So I want y'all to understand, man, that but look at her demeanor. When you look at her demeanor is never like Cheyenne Bryan demeanor. You could tell they just two different women. You could tell that Sarah Fontaine isn't from the United States. That's what it is. You can tell she's not from here because she just doesn't have that same funky disposition that Cheyenne Bryan has sometimes. Cheyenne Bryan to get the frowning up and cussing and doing all that, man. But I want y'all to understand something. Anytime a woman says she is the table, that's her way of telling you, well, I don't have nothing. Now, if a woman is 21, 22, 23, even 25, 26, if she has nothing, that's one thing. Man, he wouldn't be 35, 40 years old till I am the table. No, you're not the table. You're not the table anymore. Even if there was a chance you were the table when you were younger, you're not the table anymore. You know what table you are? You that table that we got in storage. Because it's Big Mama old table and don't nobody have the guts to give it away. Don't nobody want to sell it. So it's in the storage now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about storage we pay for. I'm talking about it's out in the shed in the backyard. That's the table you are. If you think you're the table, that means you're nothing. That means you're just there. That means you're interchangeable. So that means if a woman says, I'm the table, then you got to be okay with me having multiple tables. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't always want to sit at the big dining table that we use for Thanksgiving. Sometimes we just need a little table to play cards on. Other times we need to take that man, what's that thing you take out the middle of the table? I can't remember what it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You unlock it and take it out the table, then you push the table together and make it shorter. I don't know, some of y'all young guys might not know about that, but that's how they used to do the dining tables. You have your dinner table, and then you could unlock it and open it up and then put another piece in the center of it and make it a longer table. I forgot what that thing, man. I forgot what it's called. It's crazy. But I guess because I haven't seen a table like that in years. But those are the type of tables, man, that we talking about. So yeah, a woman can be the table. Anytime a woman says she is the table, then that's her way of telling you, okay, I'm one of the tables. Because you need multiple tables. I'm one of the tables. You know, when you look in a house, right? You got that eat-in kitchen or breakfast nook, that's got a table. And then you got that sunroom out there where you go have breakfast and drink coffee sometime, that's a table. And then you got your cocktail table in the living room. And then you got your end tables, you know, or coffee table as they call it in the living room, and your end tables. Then you got your dining table, right? And then you got the folding card table, that right there. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here, man. So if a woman ain't got nothing, bro, that means that you got to have other women. If a woman has nothing, she don't fulfill the role of being a woman in your life. So she's basically saying, hey, you deserve to have more than one. You deserve to have more than one. Hold on, man. I got to look that up, man. It's bothering me. Yeah, I got to look it up, man. Y'all got to bear with me on this, man. I'm kind of, I have to do this sometime, man. A leaf. That's what it's called. A table leaf. There it is. Hey, there you go, Dr. Noble J. Bay. There it is. I'm still looking it up, man. That's what it is. It's a table leaf. That's what it's called. Good looking out, bro. Good looking out. I'm sitting here looking at it in here, man. You already saying it up on the thing. So I see you say you have one too, man. Yeah. Yeah, you got that table leaf in it, man. It's so I just want y'all to understand, bro, that a woman is basically saying I'm interchangeable and you could get one just like me. Or you could get one better than me. Or you can get one longer than me. Or you can get one that serves the purpose better than me. I'm cool with that. As men, we just got to understand that. So let's get back into this thing, man. I think we got one more clip on here, man. We'll go ahead and see what we got. Let's check it out. Now, that might be it, man. That's it. All right, yeah, that's the last clip, man. So what I want y'all to understand is this, man. It's okay as a man to accept the fact that you need multiple women. It's okay to accept that. In this day and age, one woman is just not enough unless you're a simp and you're just willing to pay that one woman to be with you like Yada, or you one of these panderers who would tell a woman whatever she need to hear in order to make her feel special, even though she's bringing nothing to your life. But if you're a man who has shit that you need women to do in your life, to enhance your life, because one thing that girl was saying, man, that's really true is a woman will add to your life. A woman can make your house a home. A woman can make your house a home. But see, those women are just talking about it because it sounds good. I guarantee you, neither woman has ever done it. Never done it. And I just want y'all to understand, man, that you have to accept the fact that you as a man deserve what you want from a woman. And if she can't give you that, then you get a woman that can. And if you need two women to give you that, okay, you get two. There's no problem with any of this. As a man, you have to understand that masculinity means you control the relationship dynamic. You control it. You control it. KS used to say, women control who has access, men control who get married. That's not true. If you're a man and you put yourself in the very best position you could be in all across the board, you control it all. You control it all. Because you can put yourself in a position where you're irresistible to most women. But there's an energy that comes with that because you have prioritized yourself to the point where you are all about you. All your energy is dedicated to building yourself into the best version of yourself. What we call the most alpha version of yourself. And as a man, dog, if you do that, everything just falls into place in your life. But you can't be focusing on these women. And you damn sure gonna be focusing on what they want. Because what they want is for you to cater to them. And once they see that you won't break the mold and you won't cater to them, and you'll focus on yourself, then you're able to weed out the women who are selfish and have the women who could possibly be added to your life in a positive way, they rise to the top. And those are the only women you want to be. Man, you don't even want to be dealing with women who can't fit that position in your life. Women who can't be led the way that you would need to lead a woman for her to have access to your life. You just can't do it. And gone out a day where we around here, man, we ain't around here, man, just having sex with women no more, dog. That's old. They too loose. They too free to be intimate with too many men. So a woman who out here just willing to be intimate with multiple men, dog, you got to leave that alone. You can't deal with that at all. Let's remember, man, it's our job to become the most alpha version of ourselves. Let's get that done. Look at here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, man, homo who say you need a consultation, man, go to bookofalpharunningme.com and just go to the consultation link, man. It's right on the front page. Go right to the consultation link, man, to put you where you need to be. All right, man, let's get ready to get out of here, man. Look, man, y'all put God first, man. Keep grinding and growing.